Are you getting stationed or moving to Tampa and you're a veteran? Well, in this video, I'm going to cover everything you need to know about where you should look at living when it comes to being stationed at MacDill AFB or Air Force Base. Let's get to it. What's up everyone, my name is Cameron Hodge, and on this channel, we talk about everything you need to know about getting PCS to the great state of Florida and every single base inside of it or any city that you veterans are going to be stationed in. Here at Agency of Armed Forces, our job is to empower veterans in real estate, and then involving a lot of different ways. But if you are looking to get help and you're getting stationed at any one of the major bases here in the great state of Florida or anywhere in between, some are popping up below is how you can get a hold of us. You can call, text, email, whatever you need to do to get a hold of us. We are here to help you work through that process and be able to build that plan, because coming to this state, whether you're getting stationed here, you're retiring here, I've heard it all, right? I'm a transplant myself. I was stationed in Pensacola for a period of time, left in the military, got out, came back. And when you get stationed here in Florida, it's a lot of different things that you may not be used to, especially if you've never lived in the South or the state of Florida. Heck, we just had a hurricane roll through was the time I'm recording this video, right? There's a lot of things you need to know, where to live, how to go about it. And we're gonna talk a little bit of that right now for those of you that are getting stationed in MacDill Air Force Base. So obviously I was never in the Air Force, I was in the Marine Corps. So, you know, our bases were about really crappy compared to yours, but that's all good. That's not the part of this video. That's the point of this video. So I'm sitting here getting stationed in Tampa. I really love Tampa. Obviously, it is not the city that I currently call home, but I go there, oh my God, at least once, I mean, all the time, not just for clients. I'm talking about for personal enjoyment. Man, every other month, at least. I love the city of Tampa. You know, I will say, it is one of the biggest relocation cities when it comes to everyone moving to Florida. So if you're getting stationed in Tampa, the cool thing is you have a city that's on the map, number one. So if you're looking to get into a home or we want to live somewhere, well, that means your values are probably going to hold very well. I will tell you, you know, the one thing I don't like about Tampa is the fact that it is growing so fast. So there are a lot of people moving there. It's also a very big tourist city because obviously you have a lot of sports teams that play there. Well, I'm gonna say a lot, but a couple sports teams. You have obviously Clearwater Beach, and that whole beachfront is amazing, and I love it. That's why me and my family go there all the time. And so if you're getting stationed there, hey, congratulations. I think it's one of the best places to be stationed in Florida, in my opinion, because, well, whether you're trying to, like us here at AAF, our big thing is helping veterans build wealth or build a better financial foundation through real estate. You know, Tampa is one of those cities where it provides a lot of opportunity when it comes to jobs, when it comes to real estate, when it comes to honestly just enjoyment of the family. Like obviously I got 3 boys, so me and my wife are always trying to do more things, and there's a lot to do in Tampa, and it's one of those best cities.
Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. I just want to take a quick second to let you know that we love dropping videos for you every single week just like this to help people like yourself make the move to Orlando just like I did years ago. And also, while you're watching this video and we drop information for you, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. But more importantly, if you're looking to make a move out here, obviously my name is Cameron Hodge with eXp Realty, and what I specialize with me and my team is helping people like yourself make that move to Orlando. But not just move here, actually move here and help you with the decisions that you need to make sure that you have a good life guaranteed when you get here. Because no one wants you to get here to like just make a bad decision and live in the wrong area and not make those right choices. So if that's you and you need help making that plan when making a move out here, this number popping up below is how you can get a hold of me and the team. Or if that's not fast enough, down in the description there is a Zoom link where you can schedule a one-on-one Zoom call with me. We can sit down and create that perfect plan for you. And again, thank you so much for watching the video, and let's get back to it.
So what I'm gonna be doing here in a little bit is I'm gonna be pulling up a Google map, because what I love to do when I talk about where you need to live when you're getting stationed near a base is I love to pull up a map and walk through the screen with you, go through each individual area, what it's gonna look like for you, and how, heck, I might even pull up some random thoughts and show you some things on that map to give you a good idea of how long it takes to drive to the base, to go through all that stuff. Because obviously, you know, every military base I get stationed at, you know, being a veteran, it's hard because not only are you trying to choose a good location for your family or for you to live, right? You're gonna have your things that you wanna be near, like, you know, maybe there's certain things that you love to do, certain activities, but then you gotta drive the base every day. And I don't know about you, but I'm not trying to, I've done it before. And when I was stationed out in California for a majority of my time towards the end of my career there, you know, it would take me like an hour to get to and from base, best case, every single day. That stinks. That is not fun. And I will tell you that really choosing that right neighborhood is important, because you're gonna be stuck in a situation where you're gonna be driving all this time when you get to and from base, and who wants to be spending all that time driving? Now, there are some of you that are always crazy and it never fails me. And they're like, yeah, I'll drive 2 hours, Cameron, to and from work. You're crazy. I couldn't do it. But I know a lot of you like to do that. So hey, power to you. That's not the point of this video. I'm not showing you distant things. I may talk about it a little bit, but we'll get into it here in a second. So let's head to the map. All right, so as you can see right now, I have the map pulled up and you can see I have a distant city pulled up first. And you're probably wondering, Cameron, why do you have the city pulled up? Well, the big reason I have Lakeland pulled up is this is probably what I consider the extended city that you probably looking at when it comes to living there. We're gonna work ourselves closer. We're gonna talk about more neighborhoods that are near the base. But getting started first, what I'm talking about right now is a lot of veterans, obviously we have a tighter budget, especially if you're lower enlisted, right? Like when I got out of the military, I was an E5, okay? I wasn't making tons of money. I was probably just a basic backbone in the Marine Corps at the time, but I also wasn't fully loaded, okay? I'm not an officer, didn't have a lot of money. For those of you that maybe have a tighter budget, you might want to be looking like, how far can I go to get the most bang for my buck? And I think Lakeland's a great city. Now, Lakeland for a long time had a lot of pre-notion about it, that it was a dangerous city, that it wasn't safe. And I can tell you that there are still pockets of neighborhoods that maybe are a little iffy, and that's if you look at crime data. But I will tell you, Lakeland is one of those cities that's really building out. So when you look at, you have Plant City and Lakeland. These area right here is getting built out very, very heavily. I think there's a lot of opportunity there, especially someone who's trying to plan ahead, trying to be like, look, I'm not gonna be stationed here forever. Maybe I wanna rent my home out, or I know that, I want to have a good hold of value because maybe I'm only gonna be stationed here 4 or 5 years. This can be a great option for you because this area really is building out. The downfall is, as you can see, you gotta, and this is right now, I'm purposely doing this video when you be going to base in the morning. So this is about 7 in the morning Eastern time, and you'd probably be traveling around this time, maybe going a little bit earlier, so maybe the traffic might be a little bit better. And obviously this has toll roads when it comes to getting close to the base, but you're gonna be taking like an hour and a half. So like I said before, that this is probably the extended place that I would even see people looking at. I see a lot of you that get stationed at MacDill, you're choosing to stay here, you're choosing to live in this area. And hey, I'm not gonna knock it, but I am gonna tell you that it is unfortunate because it is a long drive to the base. Now, backing out of that, we have a lot of different areas. Obviously you have MacDill. So while we go through this, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna pull that up as a, there we go. Okay. So when it comes to living off base for MacDill, you have a lot of options, okay? Where the base is located, unfortunately, because it dips down like that, you tend to have a lot more traffic than you would expect. And obviously, as everyone knows, when it comes to being stationed on base, that the lines to get into base in the morning are obnoxious. So you can't really avoid that. So some of this travel time is assuming you're going deep into the base or something like that. But some of you may be. Also, side note, for those of you that work on maintenance, I was actually an electrician on F-18s in the Marine Corps, so definitely understand what you go through having to go through that maintenance life. But, so, you have a lot of city life as soon as you hit off base. Like any military base, you have a lot of suburbs and cities and city living right outside the gate for a period of time, okay? And there are a lot of great neighborhoods in here. You can still find good opportunities, but the prices are gonna be a little bit higher than you would be when you head farther from the base. Just is what it is, right? Any military base, that's always how it is. Most expensive is right off base. Farther you go, generally speaking, the cheaper it tends to be, or maybe not cheaper, but you get more for your money. And MacDill's no difference, okay? So MacDill's no difference. So when you head right off base, you're gonna have a lot of options, right? You're gonna have a lot of city living, a lot of things like that. And honestly, it's a block by block basis. If you're looking for that life, it's a block by block basis. Some blocks might be better, some may be worse. I will tell you, you have a lot of great hospitals, a lot of great communities that are found in this area. Obviously, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, you're gonna find all the things you would expect, and you're close to base. The downfall is obviously if you're like me and you're not a fan of the crowded, people being on top of you. Now, they're not all that bad through here, but I will tell you it's not always the best. So it's something to take in note of. So a lot of the communities that I see, a lot of veterans when it comes to being stationed here and they work with our team is they're looking to head a little bit farther away. So I've seen people go all the way down here to Apollo Beach. And obviously people love this area because, well, it's right close to the beach. And you have a lot of great communities. You can find a lot of good new construction through this area. And it's gonna give you more space, a little more freedom, a little bit more. Cause I don't know about you, but like when I get stationed on base, when I was in the military, when I got done with work, I didn't want to see any more military people. I get enough of it when I'm working during the day. So when you get off, I want to be able to enjoy my life. I want to be able to like forget that I'm in the military for whatever period of time I am not on base. And that's what I think a lot of people do. I will tell you, Riverview seems like another community that is starting to get a lot more built out. A lot of cool things are being built there, a lot of expansion going on, and this could be another great community. Now, from both of these areas, you're looking about, from Apollo Beach, you're looking about a 40-minute drive to work. Anything about Riverview, you start to get closer to that 30-minute mark to be able to get on base. So it's not that bad, personally. So it's not too bad. A lot of people also, if you are looking for like a 35-minute drive, you also look at Brandon. Brandon's another great community. A lot of people love it. It's to where like, hey, Cameron, I'm not trying to get too far from base. I'm trying to stay closer to that 30-minute mark to drive to base. But I also want a little bit more space in my house. Brandon is another great community as well that you can find when it comes to getting stationed out here. Now, the cool thing I love about Florida in general is it's one of those areas, especially in Tampa is no different. It's just one of these areas where you really don't have to go as far as you would in a lot of other states, right? Like if you're stationed out in California or the DC metro area, like you are going to find yourself in a position where like in order to get any space or like affordable living, you're going like an hour, okay? That's not the case here. And the cool thing is you can still find great opportunities that are affordable in great school districts right outside the gate. Now, do you get as much of the space? Probably not. And it is gonna be more expensive than you would in like a Brandon or a Riverview and stuff like that. But you do get a lot of those opportunities. And that's why a lot of veterans tend to make that drive, that 35-minute drive range. I do think that that's probably the range you're looking at. I also know some people that are in Thonotosassa and they love that area as well. So remember, when you start to get away, some of these other communities, you actually can get a lot more outdoor activities as well. Because if you're living right outside the gate and you're kind of in that crazy city suburb living kind of thing going on, you're not gonna have as much outdoor activities. Now they're gonna have parks. They have the zoo right out not too far away, the international airport. Like, there's a lot of things going on around that area. But I will tell you that if you're like me, you like doing outdoor stuff, right? You like hiking or canoeing or doing all this other stuff on the weekends. You probably want to head to like a Thonotosassa, maybe Brandon's a little more suburby, but even heading towards like a Riverview. And I also have seen, I don't know why it's a huge thing on like blogs and stuff like that, but Lithia is pulled up a lot. And I'll tell you, great communities, you're gonna find space in a house, but I'll tell you right now, let's do this right now. So, you're still looking at an hour and 16 minutes. I don't know why Lithia is always brought up. It never fails. Like a veteran will reach out to our team and they'll be like, hey, like we're looking to get stationed in this area. I've heard Lithia is good. I don't know why military blogs bring it up all the time, but you're gonna be driving like over an hour to work, to and from work. That sucks. I'm sorry, there's no way to put it, it sucks. So if you're trying to make that drive, look, Lithia, sure, outdoor haven, a lot to do out there if you love just being away from people. Trust me, I love being away from people, but it is one of those communities where you're gonna be really far away. So I don't know if I recommend it for someone who's getting stationed on base, especially if you're trying to minimize how far you're driving to and from work. So that's why a lot of people tend to stay in this area. So they'll make that turn and they'll be in the Riverview to Apollo Beach, you have South Shore and like everything in between there. Maybe it's a Brandon. They tend to stay in those areas. And honestly, if you're looking to maximize your budget and you're trying not to be on top of people right outside the gate, a lot of these communities, you're gonna find a lot of great schools, you're gonna find a lot of safe living and stuff like that to where you really can enjoy your life when you get outside work. So I wanna wrap everything up. Ultimately, a lot of people love to be like, oh, you should live in this neighborhood, in this division, in this area. I don't like to do that. Because the reality is everyone is so different what you need and what you like. I mean, I could point anywhere. Once you get offside that front gate and you make that trip around, I can show you any community in between that has a decent school to a great school with a park, with new construction communities. There's a lot of opportunity. Now, the farther you get from the base, the more of those opportunities you are gonna find that are newer constructions, things like that. But There's a lot of things in between, and it really comes down to like how much space do you want with your home? How much, what kind of lifestyle are you looking to have when you're not at work, right? Is your spouse going to be coming on base often with the kids, right? Are you using on-base daycare? And there's a lot of things that come into that factor. That's why I don't like to push veterans towards the hour mark. A lot of people bring up, I don't know why, like a lot of blogs bring up like Lithia, or they bring up Lakeland and Plant City. And I'm not saying they're bad options, but you're going to be making that drive to work. And if you're not looking to make that drive, it's not what I recommend when it comes to looking at, getting stationed here, because you're going to be in a situation where you're going to be driving really long to work, really long to get back from work, and you're not really enjoying your life outside of that job. So, if you're looking to reach out and you're like, look, Cameron, all this is great information to kind of get me started, but you're looking to get an actual detailed plan to figure out like, hey, here's what I'm trying to do. Like I'm trying to rent or I'm trying to purchase. Like I'm trying to do all these things and I'm trying to figure out what's best for me. Heck, even if you're trying to buy a multi-family property, I've heard it all, right? I want to build a new I want to live on base, but I want to build a new construction with no money down using my VA loan. I've done that too. Hey, it's all great. But whatever you're trying to do here, getting stationed in MacDill, you can reach out to our team. This number down below. You can call, text, you can email. It does not matter. We are here to help you. We are veterans empowering other veterans in real estate, and we love to help create those plans when it comes to PCSing, because there's a lot of stuff going on. Sure, the military handles some of it, but we all know they do not handle all of it. So we kind of try to fill in those gaps and help you through that process, whether it's putting you in touch with our teams to get into a home, to rent or purchase, or maybe you just need a conversation with a fellow veteran who understands the pressure of moving and PCSing, and then kind of guide you through with that experience, knowing the area, be able to walk you through. So whatever it is, I look forward to working with you. If not, I will see you in the next video.